everybody, this is Jennifer Navarrete, and I am here in the Social Media Lounge at the big competition, the big robotics competition happening in San Antonio, Texas. And I got Chris Arnold with me, who, if you guys were following our online radio show, he was one of my featured guests. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you in person.
Yes, it is. It's very nice to meet you as well.
So when I talked to you guys earlier in the week, you were kind of just freshly landed here in San Antonio.
Yes, yes.
And now you've had a few days to go native.
Unwind and decompress and all that wonderful stuff.
And so what has it been like for you?
It's been absolutely fabulous. It's the people here are so warm and so open, so friendly. Greeting us, at every turn. You're a team from Canada. Welcome, welcome. So it's been great. It has. It's been really a pleasant experience so far.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you guys, when you were looking at all of the events that you could go to, that this was one of the ones that you wanted to come to.
Oh, absolutely. It was first one that came up. Like we like to go to the inaugural events, like to be a part of that opening, weekend, and just seeing San Antonio, it just jumped out at me. It's like, we got to go there.
That's fantastic. So what has the team done since Monday, since they've gotten here? What are some of the things that they've done?
Okay, well, first off, the river walk. Managed to get through the river walk on Monday. It was for us, it was a gorgeous day. And got the kids all down through the river walk and went to the Alamo, saw the Alamo, which was really wonderful.
But it's much smaller than what you think, isn't it?
Yes and no. I was told by some people, it's only a 15-minute tour, but it actually wasn't. It was, you took the time and you took in some of the history there. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, so you can go to the garrison and the different areas.
That's right. So we managed to do that. We also, through the wonderful assistance of the Grease Monkeys, team here from San Antonio, were able to line up 2 tours. Went to the Toyota plant, saw the Tundra and the Tacoma being built, and to Boeing. Did a tour of Boeing. And then, of course, we had to get the kids and get their shopping fixed in, and went to the big North Star Mall.
With the big boots?
Yes, with the big boots. We went there and had some time there. So we've managed to get that, cram that stuff in, and as well as kids taking advantage of our accommodations. We have a pool and things like that, and the kids are just loving that. So.
Oh, that's great. So they're here with teams from 10 states, including, and then you guys, and then Hawaii. How is the interaction? Because I think robotics, to me, I think it's a unifier, regardless.
Oh yeah. So it's that common theme, right? Everybody is trying to meet the same goal, to build a machine to meet the same goal, and using similar parts or similar techniques or similar processes. There's a lot to talk about between teams. Lots of information to share. So it's been great. We've had a lot of students coming by to see the Canadians, to see, and realize that we're...
Hey, they're not a sideshow attraction, folks.
That's right. That's right. We walk upright just like everybody else. So
that's hilarious. But so what are some of the things that you think the students will take away? And I know we touched a little bit on this when we did our interview, but since this is video and there's some folks who are video centric, I kind of wanted to recap a little bit on that. International travel for your students. Talk to me about what that means to them and what you've seen, because you've been doing this for a while. Didn't you say 18 years?
18 years.
Okay,
yes.
so you've got some time, and you've got students that have gone through the system.
Yeah, and come back to help out as mentors.
So what does that mean to them? Do they come back and say, "Wow, you have no idea what this meant to me and how it's impacted their future"?
Yes, a lot of them. It's reinforced their guidance and their goals and their direction. Whether they go in the mechanical field, like in robotics or engineering or things like that, or whether they go into something on the academic side, the social aspect and things like that. But it has been fantastic because they get out and see parts of the world that they might not normally go and see, and realize, yeah, these people are like us. They have common goals. They have common issues. They have common problems that they have to overcome, just like me. And I think it really expands the kids' knowledge, the kids' visions, of what the world is like and what it's like across the border. So I think it's really been a positive experience over the years.
What would you say to parents and schools who are kind of sitting on the sidelines thinking about robotics? Because for some school districts, robotics seems like something that's a little bit heavy to get into. Like it's a big commitment. Financially, it's a big commitment time-wise, and then do they have the infrastructure to handle it? What are some encouraging words that you can offer them, or some insight after 18 years to kind of maybe ease that process?
Well, it's like this great secret that you have because I believe in robotics and the philosophy of robotics so much, you have this secret and you just want people to know, and bringing them out here is probably the first thing I would say. Is you got to go to a tournament and you got to see what it's like. Knowing that yes, there's growing pains the first year, first 2 years maybe, but once you start and once you get rolling, it gets easier. It does get easier in terms of materials, in terms of techniques, processes, resources. People see that you're interested and they want to get involved. I find that the parents of the students, they send their students to school and they trust us with having the students join the program, but they don't know what it's about themselves. So you have them in. Have those parents in, and then those parents talk to other parents, and it starts to grow, it starts to roll, it starts to gather momentum. And getting parents on your side is also a big help, not just the students, but the parents as well. Also with Alana, the social media director on our team, she's awesome at taking care of that stuff, and I get so many compliments from parents. Yeah, she's doing a great job, and they know what we're doing, and they're keeping current with what we're doing just through social media, and that's relevant and new now.
Well, that is new. If you look at the 18 years, how did they keep up before?
Well, yeah, just word of mouth, really. Word of mouth and video that you would have, and you'd show to parents, and they'd say, "Oh, that's neat." Just managing to get them out to come out was what you had to do. But with the electronic media now, which is way above me, by the way, it's the word gets out, and Alana was telling me about how our followers are increasing just because of being down here, so that's really positive as well.
Yeah, because now you've made connections. The way that I look at it is that you're making connections here with all of the folks that are here, and you follow each other through the social network, so that way even though everyone goes their separate ways, you're still able to stay connected and keep that sense of familiarity through the online networks.
Oh, absolutely. It's key, right? You have to stay current, or you kind of fall by the wayside in some aspects, right? I mean, I'm always going to be about the robot and about the teaching the kids those skills, but you have to have somebody on your side, on your team, that's going to keep those other things current too. Keep those people up to date on the good things that you're doing. I guess that's probably something that I don't do as well as I should, is keeping the people current as to the good things that we do, and that's why we have Alana on the team as well.
That's great. One of the keys to having a successful program is not only the buy-in from the school, the administrators, the parents, the students, but it's also the buy-in from the community. What are some of the things that you did in your community to get the businesses in your area to kind of become an active participant in your team?
Well, what we did actually this year, or this past year, was a huge thing for us, because we were able to reach out to the community through a number of grant applications. And of course, with those, you have to tell them what you're all about.
Tell the story.
Thus, educating them and keeping them up to date as to what you're doing. And one of the grant sponsorships that we got through a parent was a State Farm grant. And we were awarded the highest amount ever given to a Canadian team this year of $100,000. And that didn't. The reason that we were awarded was it didn't come to us alone. We applied with a specific goal of bringing robotics to our whole region, and enlightening and educating people about robotics in our whole region. So as the application went, Alana and I, actually, it was quite funny because it was on the way home from the championships last year that we started to fill out the application. And so we did our part, and then we took it to a colleague at the board level at our school and said, okay, we've done what we can, we need you guys to take a look at this, give it some tweaks, and they did. So Dave Lewis, who is a coordinator of our board, he took it to his people, and they spruced it up a little bit, tweaked it a little bit, submitted it, and we were awarded $100,000 to expand robotics to our school board, which allowed us to bring on 2 new rookie teams this year and 2 more next year that are coming, as well as First Lego League, and then we have our version of the FTC up in Canada. It's called VEX. And so we were able to now expand to close to 1,000 students in our school board, the good news of robotics. So that was a real crowning moment for myself and for our team.
That is really a wonderful story, because it talks about the 1,000 students now that you're impacting. and they're learning STEM education. And as
That's
we all
right.
know, STEM education, that's our future.
That is.
I mean, we
that
have
is.
to be competitive in that field, and if you want to, go to that next level, and what we have here at this competition and competitions like this are the bright and shining stars
That's right.
of that.
And getting them turned on to the problem-solving aspects that they're going to face, as well as team building, using the science and technology and engineering and math, the STEM education that we talk about. It's key. It's integral in keeping the North American region and nations ahead of the curve, ahead of the game in terms of innovation, in terms of invention, in terms of skill, and keeping our nation thriving, right? Both of our wonderful nations thriving.
Well, you look at what Dean Kamen has done through FIRST, and when he planted that seed
Yes.
all those years ago,
Yes.
and you look at what we see here today, and it's just something that it was needed in such a bad way,
Absolutely.
and it's obviously blossomed in a very beneficial.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, and it continues to blossom because I think once you attend an event, you're hooked. Once you mentor, once you coach, once you
That's right.
sponsor, once you become involved in it, all of a sudden it's not football season anymore.
Nope.
It's robotics season.
That's right.
And now you're out of, so do we have like fantasy football type things for robotics yet?
Oh, not yet, but I'm sure
Maybe
there
we
will
should
be.
come up with
I'm
that.
sure there probably will be. That would be a great thing to take on.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and,
Thank you, Jenna.
and sitting with me in the lounge. Where can folks go to keep up with everything that you guys are doing? We don't want them to stalk you, but where can they follow the team?
Okay, well, we have our frcrobotics.com, or BCH Robotics, sorry, bchrobotics.com is our website, along with our Facebook page, which is Trojans 2386, and our Twitter feed, which is Trojans 2386. Okay.
Getting coaching off camera.
Getting
Way to go,
coached
Elena.
off there. Thank you. Again, Elena, thank you.
She's the rock star here.
Yeah.
Well, hey, folks, keep up with everything that's happening here. Use the hashtag Alamo-FIRST and OMG Robots because everybody's using that. And if what you need to do, you need to come down here. It's a whole lot going
Absolutely.
on today, Friday, and Saturday. Big robots, little robots, all kinds of robots. We'll see you soon.